Sometimes you meet people that stay with you. This week I met someone who has been on my mind since we had our discussion. Her name is Amy Downs, and Amy was working in the Mellor Federal Building on April 19th, 1995, when at 9:02 that building was bombed. She was working on the third floor, and she collapsed with the floor down to the bottom there in the rubble and was pinned. For 6 hours, people worked desperately to try to get her out and to save her life. She told me that she was laying there among the rubble, and she was processing, she was thinking, and she concluded this at the age of 28, "I've wasted my life." The workers got her out, she survived, eventually went back to work, and with the help of a mentor and other people in her lives, began to really assess who she wanted to be really. And through that, her sister asked if she wanted to go for a bike ride. And so she did. And she went on a bike ride around the perimeter of Lake Hefner here in Oklahoma City, which is about a 10-mile long bike ride. And when she got done with that bike ride, she was on top of the world. She said, "I was so excited. Matter of fact, I thought, people ought to vote for me for president," because she had found what it meant to feel like a winner. And it was something she liked. Over time, she would lose 200 pounds, the 200 pounds she gained when she moved to Oklahoma City and was not sure who she wanted to be. She weighed 355 pounds when she was trapped in that rubble. She lost 200 pounds, began to cycle, learned to swim, began to run. She went back to school. When she left school, when she was younger, she left with a 0.5 GPA because she believed she could not do it. She was not the kind of person who could. But she went back to school. She got her bachelor's degree. And when she got done with her bachelor's degree, she thought, "This felt so good, I'm going to keep on going," and got her MBA. At the age of 50, she finished her first Ironman. What I love about her story is not only did she finish it, she finished it last. And what I love about that is that the time wasn't the point. Finishing is the point. The performance is not the point. Being who you want to be is the point. And I look at her and I think, why do some people go through trauma and they come out of that and they become people who are more like who they want to be? And some would suggest this is a form of post-traumatic growth. Instead of PTSD, some people have what's called PTG, post-traumatic growth. And to see that kind of experience, they often have openness about where they are. They have agreeableness. They're willing to go along with it. Conscientiousness. They focus on what is good and right and who they want to be, their values. They have self-control. And I look at where we are right now, and I would ask you to consider your PTG, your post-traumatic growth. When we go through challenging times, the vast majority of people will come out of that very challenging experience and they will say, I came out of that with a deeper insight, a greater appreciation, clarity. Right now, I would ask you, if you found yourself in that tragic moment like Amy, would you think to yourself, I've done what I had hoped to do, I had squeezed as much of life out as I could, or would you find yourself thinking, I feel like I've wasted at least part of it? The path towards you growing is an open mindset, it's a growth mindset, and it's a clarity on who you want to be. So right now, focus on it. Who do you really want to be? Tell me about the ideal version of you. And then let's look at what you're experiencing, what you're going through right now, and how can you translate that? How can you give it meaning so that you can find that through all of this, there was growth. This is your life. You are the CEO of your life. Where would you like to go from here?